Hey, this is RIKKI ROXX, and you are listening to ROXX100.com.
The Big Rock.
The Big Rock. Keeping the music alive.
Bon Jovi. Lenny Kravitz.
Hey, all you rockers. This is Johnny J, your host for The Big Rock. Catch me right here on ROXX 100 as we are keeping the music alive, rocking the 70s, 80s, and 90s. The Big Rock on ROXX 100.
Rock. The Big Rock. The Big Rock.
Everything that rocks. Rocks.
Feel your best before making an arrest. What you gonna pick? Cop pockets when you don't want something salady. Avoid police brutality. What you gonna pick? Cop pockets.
Cop pockets, filled with juicy jelly, mouth-watering maple and bacon, and creamy custard on a crispy donut.
When you want an easy meal while you're busting that your deal. What you gonna pick? Cop pockets.
The cop meal in a pocket. What you gonna pick?
Cop pockets.
Hey kids, would you like to be a rock god the likes of David Lee Roth in his heyday? Then you need to get the
RIKKI ROXX Rock God Starter Kit.
Each kit comes complete with black nail polish, eyeliner, sparkly scarf, an actual chick magnet, a velvet jacket to make all the girls go wild, and an over-the-hat skull cap with bandana accessory. Act Now will also include a handy booklet showing you all the best places to wear your sunglasses at night. Regularly a $29.95 value, now yours free when you take advantage of this fabulous offer. But don't act just yet. We'll also throw in a wall poster chart diagramming all the best rock faces to enchant your audience, proven to wet the ladies' panties in mere seconds. For all you newbies, this great kit also includes a CD demonstrating how to push your voice for the radio, taught by RIKKI ROXX himself. So quit being a big puss and man up rock style with the
RIKKI ROXX Rock God Starter Kit.
Now yours for just $29.95 plus $99.95 shipping and handling. Call now. 1-800-ROCK-GOD. That's 1-800-ROCKGOD. Now. Operators and tattooed hookers are standing by to take your order.
Did you wake up this morning with a nasty rash and nothing but regret? Did you go home with a sweaty bass player last night? Did you wake up wanting to chew your own arm off because some skank's laying on it? Are you feeling a burning, itching sensation in your crotchal region? Do you feel like you need to scratch your ass with tree bark? Are you walking around like you were banged with a Scud missile? Did you meet someone at the bar you thought would actually call you back? Idiot! Then you need Skankosporin. It'll cool that burning sensation before you do the walk of shame to the cab. That's Skankosporin Itch Paste.
Available at In-N-Out Party Stores, Bottles and Stuff, 8 Mile Liquor, and Cunningham Drugs.
I can't change you now. Save your own skin. I'm not your heroine. I can't save you, no. I can't change you now. Save your own skin. I'm not your heroine. I can't save you now. Break these chains I saw. Save your own skin. I'm not your heroine. That's right, that's right. That's right, that's right. That's right, that's right. I'm not your heroine.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron or a member of the PTL club, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Ricky rocks, Ricky rocks. It's Ricky rocks, coming out of the box. Bitches come in frocks, trying to steal his jocks. We need to be contained with padded rocks. It's the Ricky Rock Show, spreading like the pox. Ricky rocks, Ricky rocks. Ricky rocks, Ricky rocks, yeah. Ricky rocks, Ricky rocks. Ricky rocks, yeah. Ricky rocks up in your grill, motherfucker.
Yeah, all right, there we go. We are on. I gotta turn that off now. Okay, so here we are, episode number 140 of the Ricky Rock Show, right here on YouTube Live, and we are going out over rocks100.com. So super cool. We got an interesting show today. We are going to be talking to CHRIS SLAPNIK from EVA Under Fire. He doesn't know anything about technology, so Zoom isn't going to be a thing. We have to call him on Skype. So we're not going to see his beautiful face. The reason we're doing it in the first hour is because he is in Denver, Colorado, and getting ready for the ATREYU and NOTHING MORE EVA Under Fire show. And I guess time zones kind of threw him off. So he's like, I can do the first hour, but I can't do the second hour. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just switch my whole entire show around for you, rock god CHRIS SLAPNIK. So it'll be cool. So we're going to give him a couple minutes to get ready, get everybody in here and ready to kick it. So to kill a little bit of time, we're going to get into our nuts and bolts and harsh truths right off the get-go here. This is the segment of the show where you guys, the Rocks 100 listeners, send us your questions about anything having to do with anything. Relationship advice, band stuff. No, yeah, I know. Anything you want. And we will give it our best shot at answering it. So this week, we have a question from Teddy from Roseville, Michigan. He says, hey guys, I feel this is a basic question, but when your band is playing a show, what is the proper etiquette and what should a band be doing the whole night at a show? I just want to make sure we're doing the right things and not wasting our time. Larry, you're at a show. You're spending a lot of hours there. You know, you're playing for 45 minutes. You're there from 5 p.m. till 2 a.m. Okay, so you're spending 9 hours at this place. Okay. Playing for 45 minutes. What do you do for the other 8 hours? What should a band be doing?
I mean, you know, obviously you need to be interacting, you need to be watching the other bands, you need to be supporting. That's basically what I do. I mean, you know, most of the time I don't even have nobody to run my merch table, so.
Right. Right.
But no, I mean, you know, obviously, you know, you're checking, make sure the sounds, you know, for the other bands, you know, because obviously if you're playing later, you know, you want to make sure that their sound on stage, you know, you want to make sure that when you go on. So I look for the sound, I look for, you know, supporting bands, interacting with the crowd, just, you know, the basic support, you know, the people that are with you and before you and, you know, have fun and have some drinks. Shit.
And it's funny you bring up the drinking thing, because that's one thing I did want to point out. You know, that's, I got to resize this. It's, you know, when you're at a show, you're at a bar for 9 hours. You know, your natural thing is to want to party and drink and get fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I know guys that fall into that, and you know, that's you gotta kind of watch yourself, because I've been in bands with people who kind of, you know, get a little crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they'll
fall off the stage backwards, you know.
They'll do that, or you know, they'll make an embarrassment of themselves talking to people.
Yes.
You know, and you know, don't overindulge in the party. Get your buzz on, do whatever you need to do, but you gotta learn to cut it before you get sloppy.
Exactly.
You know, when you're falling over or spitting on people or dumping drinks on people, it's not 1983. You know, that's not the rock star thing to do. You just kind of look like a drunk, you know, an alcoholic, and you know, it's not 1983. People don't want to support a band full of drunks.
Exactly.
You know, so you know, as much, you know, and I've told Jeff this, you know, talking about it, the singer from Casting, you know, as much as rock and roll is supposed to be fun and, you know, just fun, there is an element of professionalism that you have to bring into it. You know, even when you're not playing and you're going out to see a show, you're representing your band.
Exactly.
You know, so, you know, if Ricky goes out to a bar and gets freaking tanked and passes out on the ground or starts throwing up, yeah, my band's not there, but they're gonna be like, oh, that's that guy from Casting Shadows.
They're not gonna forget that guy.
Yeah, you're gonna every time that person sees me now, they're gonna think back to the drunk guy on the ground,
right?
And they're not gonna want to support your band. You know, I wouldn't, you know, want to support a band that I know the drummer or the singer is just a fall down alcoholic. So you got to be professional. You know, that's the number one thing. As much as rock and roll is fun, party and all this, or you want to get people to party, you got to act like you're working for the bar, you know, or the venue you're at. You know, you're the entertainment. You know, other than that, you know, watching yourself with the drinking, if that's a thing, you know, big advice, find a merch person. Because, you know, like you kind of talked about, you want to be out there, you know, you want to show support for other bands or whatever, and you want to be out there talking to people, taking pictures, doing all that. The last thing you want to do is be sitting there by yourself, you know, rubbing your knob, watching your merch.
Right.
You know, mostly when nobody's there, you know. You don't want to be sitting by the merch. Find a person to take care of that. You know, after you're done playing, get your crap out. Don't hang out outside for the next 3 hours.
Right.
Get your ass back in and start talking to people. Hang out. But if you see a lot of people by the merch area, hang out over there. You know, hang out by other people, other bands' merch. You know, make it look like that's the place to be. You know, hang out over there. You know, that's pretty much all you really should be doing. And it's easy to get distracted by, oh, my buddy's here, I'm going to go out and smoke cigarettes for the next 5 hours and talk about life. No, you're doing a fucking job, you know, so get in there, you know, talk to people. If you have the funds and somebody likes your band, offer to buy them a drink or something like that. They'll remember that kind of stuff. And pictures, and you know, play rock star, you know, just stay away from the drinking and know that you're, you know, even if you're not, you're a professional, you're this is a job, you know. So there's my mom's in there. Hi Ricky, hi Larry, my mom.
Hello.
She said she was going to pop in. She's like, I'm not popping on your show, and you're going to have to say hi to me. So, you know, that's the big thing. You know, be professional when you're out there. You know, Larry, you were there. I made an ass of myself plenty of times where I drank a little too much and start falling over. It doesn't look good, you know. And yeah, you know, talk to people. Don't be outside forever. Get your crap out and. You know, get in there and talk to people, sign autographs, sign boobs, sign butts, sign dicks, sign whatever the hell needs to be signed, you know, and make fans. That's at the end of the day, that's what your job is to make fans. So there it is. Oh, wrong one. There it is. This week's Nuts and Bolts and Harsh Truths. Wants to shout out Steve Engel, hanging out in the chat, and from Mississauga, Ontario. So we're going to try this because I haven't done Skype in a hot minute. So We're going to try calling Chris Slapnik from EVA Under Fire. I'm ready and in a quiet spot. That is wonderful, Chris. Big rock and roll singer, or guitar player. Okay, his number is 2. Okay, so let's see if we can get Chris Slapnik on the line.
Hello?
Chris Slapnik, what's going on, brother?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes,
can you
sir.
hear us?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Uh-oh, hold on. Uh-oh, what happened? Chris? Oh, oh no, what happened? We could hear him, but he couldn't hear us.
All right.
Let's try it again.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
you can hear us now.
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
So, Chris, what's going on, bro?
Not much, just sitting here waiting for the show to start.
And you're in Denver, Colorado tonight. Am I correct?
Yeah, we're in Denver. We were here yesterday on a day off, too.
So how's Denver?
Well, I only really ventured out for a minute because it was 101 degrees yesterday, and I'm a little too fat to hang out in 101 degree temperatures.
So we are on the phone with Chris Slapnik, EVA Under Fire, big rock god, touring the world with ATREYU and Nothing More. Asking Alexandria just dropped off the tour about a week or so ago. You know any reasons why the guys from AA are no longer on the tour?
Yeah, the singer got laryngitis.
No, that's not good.
So he was on, like, doctor-mandated vocal rest. And not, like, for a day or two, but for, like, I don't know, a month or two.
Yeah.
Like, a long time.
So for you guys, you know, that meant that, because this is what you told me, you know, now we get to play a longer set. So would you rather have Asking Alexandria still on the bill, or would you play the shorter set or play the longer set?
I actually would have preferred to play the shorter set and have them still on the tour. A, because there was bigger crowd there every night, and we played like a 25-minute set of all killer material, and it was just a better show. It was super tight, and just like you got up there in 25 minutes, you just kicked ass, and then you got off stage. I felt that made a great impression. You left them wanting more.
Great.
Okay, so I was thinking you were going to say, oh, yeah, I want to play as long as we possibly fucking can. Fuck those guys. We're playing a fucking 2-hour set now.
No, because you think about it like this. One, a lot of those people don't know who we are. We have one song that's on the radio, which we play, so it's like, why you don't want to beat someone over the head with 45 minutes. We play 35, actually, but 35 minutes of songs they don't know. People will lose interest. So I like the 25-minute set. It was just like bang, bang, bang. We made a great impression and got off the stage.
So that's another big thing for you guys. You guys are getting blow with out on FM radio, and it seems to be spreading really well. Are you getting any word from management and labels on how it's going? Are they happy with how the song's doing so far? Yeah,
so we get a report every Tuesday of how it's doing, and it's been like the third most added song at rock radio, ahead of bands that have been around forever, giant bands. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're getting more ads at radio than they are.
Right. So, for people out there that don't know what that means for a band, because every band, us local schlubs, we just we're happy if our song gets on rock radio on Sunday nights at 11 o'clock at night, perfectly content with that, or on Midnight Metal or something like that. For a band that, like you guys, getting added to radio and across the country, what does that mean? Like, what does that do for a band? Like, if you're getting added to all these different radio stations, you're getting spins, you're getting listens, millions and millions of listens on FM radio, what does that mean for a band?
Well, so it starts out like this. Each song is worked for a campaign, and a radio campaign is 10 weeks. So they work the song at radio for 10 weeks. So like some stations will wait to add it, some will add it, but then throughout our campaign, I think we're on week 4, some of the stations that have already added it will increase the amount of spins it gets a day. And what that does is it's really introducing our band to people who, we've already been on a bunch of Spotify playlists. We're on a couple big ones now. We've done social media, advertising, we toured. So radio is like an untapped thing we've never got, we've never had. So now we're getting introduced to a whole new group of people. So as the campaign goes and gets successful, we get more plays, more stations. There's going to be more people who are aware of the band and just discover us.
Right. So,
radio's.
So are you starting to see, since you guys are out on the road, are you starting to see people showing up to shows? Hey, I heard Blow on the radio and I had to come check it out, kind of thing. Are you starting to see that kind of thing rather than the people that know you from social media?
Correct, absolutely. And we're excited for the show tonight because in Colorado, the station here was one of the first to add us. And when you get the report, they also are one of the stations that spins it the most.
Nice.
So between them and Octane, like we're doing that thing with Octane Tuesday. It's like those type of stations, we really want to support. Even in this fall, I think we're going to be doing a couple of those radio festivals.
Yeah.
And of course, we want to do those for the stations that are supporting the single.
Right on.
So, you're getting added to all this and, you're getting added above all these big name bands, and once this, are you starting to get, those calls from bigger bands? Hey, you guys are fucking killing it right now, because you guys are starting to come to the end of this run with Nothing More and ATREYU. Are you starting to get the calls from bigger bands? Hey, you guys are fucking killing it right now. We'd love for you guys to come out and open.
So that I don't know. I know they took because radio was going to happen, they stopped pitching us to tours because they wanted to wait till radio happened and see how that went before they, obviously pitched us to tours, because if the radio is going well, we would get better tours, better slots, better money. So now they actually I know at the end of last week, our manager and booking agent had called. They're actually going to be fielding offers and going out and presenting the band for our upcoming tours.
Nice.
So, we've asked you this before, with the way Blow is going right now, and I'm assuming there's going to be another single going to radio at some point, what are bands that you think, tours that you guys feel you deserve to be on? Like, what are some bands that you're like, I think we're doing well enough, we could go out on the road with these guys?
Well, this summer there's that tour with Hailstorm, and they're pretty reckless. And if you look at there's 2 bands that are opening that tour, we already are doing better than both of those bands. So that's a tour where we should be on it, in my opinion, because we have better numbers at radio, better numbers at Spotify, all those type of things. Like, we're obviously doing better than them, and you would know both of those bands by name. I think.
What would I know what bands they are by name?
You might. One of them is called The Warning, and the other is Lilith Czar.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of Lilith Czar. Okay, yeah, you guys are bigger than them. You guys are marginally bigger than them.
Right.
So, another.
But I was gonna say that Lilith Czar band, though, you got to think she's married to the singer of Black Velvet Rise, and she was on The Voice. So they, even though she has that, we're still doing better at radio and streaming.
Okay, so after this tour, since these tours are booked months and months ahead of time, 6-7 months or whatever, they get all set up and all that. What's the plan when you guys come home? When the tour's over and everything, it's all radio at that point, getting the songs out, but there's no shows to be played. What's the plan for you guys?
We do have some shows booked. We're playing Louder Than Life.
Yes, sir.
Kentucky on the 9 Inch Nails. They were playing Aftershock. We're playing Riff Fest in Detroit there at Pine Knob. We just took an offer for another radio show in Missouri or something. So we're taking offers and doing stuff. We just don't have a full tour book.
Right.
But they are working on that. But I think we're going to wait till the fall, because that's when the album comes out.
Nice.
Okay, so you brought this up. This is a big question with the EVA Under Fire fans out there. You know, this album was supposed to come out a number of times. You said fall. You know, is this something that is going to happen, or are we going to be looking at another maybe first quarter of next year?
I hope it's fall because they pushed the album back multiple times. They've released Blow. If you look on Spotify, it's already been released like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have a song at radio. They're obviously going to continue radio with another single. So it would make sense to release the album. I mean, I say just put it up now.
Right.
Who cares? Like, I mean, most people don't even care about an album. They want singles anyway.
Right.
So just put the album up and then work the singles.
So, you know, for kids out there that don't understand, you know, the major label thing, and like, why would a label want to just not put out an album? It's already done. Why not just schlep it out there? It's not like it has to be sent to Harmony House or FYE or anything. Right. It's all online and Spotify and all this. Why does a major label decide now is not the time to put out the record, or we're not going to put out the record, or it's getting pushed back to a further date? You know, what's the reasoning behind that?
Well, they wanted to line up with like the perfect tour, right? So if we can get on tour with like a Five Finger Death Punch, who's also on the label, in the fall, that would put us opening in an arena instead of like the theaters where we're at now, and we would be in front of more people.
Right.
So that's what they're waiting for, is it to line up with the perfect tour. But, you know, and I don't really understand it personally. It's like, well, we're at radio now. We're doing, you know, we're going to play for a couple thousand people tonight. Like, let's, you know, put it out.
Right. So, and another thing, you know, I wanted to bring this back to Detroit. You know, you've been doing all these, you know, big, you know, these theaters and stuff like this, and I'm sure they all kind of, you know, they all obviously got to kick ass. You're playing in front of thousands of people every fucking night. You're living the goddamn dream, you know. But you guys played the Fillmore, you know, the State Theater, however old you are and whatever you want to call it. You know, does it mean a little bit more to you to play at home, or is it just kind of like, nah, it's just another show and I know a couple people at this one?
Oh, no, I like playing the bigger shows at home. It's also like, you know, for me, the biggest radio stations I wanted to get on were Octane and the Riff, because Riff's the hometown station. We grew up listening to the Riff. My dad listened to the Riff, and then Octane, because I've been listening to Howard Stern and Octane for years. So yeah, like there's fundamental stuff with like what radio stations we get added to, what shows we play. Like, I was looking forward to the Fillmore show because I've seen a million amazing shows at that venue. I got to play there once last fall on a different tour we were on, so like it's exciting to play there. You know what I mean? Just like playing at DTE, I've seen a million bands I love there, so to get a chance to play there is special to me.
Right on.
So, do you remember have you heard Blow on the radio yet?
I have heard it. Yes, I have. I've caught it on Octane a few times, not the Riff, but I haven't really had it. You know, I haven't been home to really catch it on the Riff.
Okay, so I was thinking like maybe you're on the road or something like that, listen to the radio or something like that. I don't think anybody does that anymore, but you know, and you're like, oh shit, this is my song, and we're in fucking Kansas City or something like that. Oh shit, this is my song. You know, you heard it on Octane and all that, which is huge. It's a big thing. Like, people all around the country listen to that. And you know, what goes through your head at that point when you know there's tens and maybe hundreds of thousands of people listening to your song at that very moment? You know, what goes on in your head?
It's almost surreal and disbelievement at the same time, because, like, you know, we're a band that wasn't a put together band by a label. We're a bunch of idiots from downriver Michigan who grew up together and have known each other most of our lives, and started playing in my basement where I lived with my ex-wife. You know what I mean? Like, that's where the band started. And like, to go from, you know, playing at Simon's that just closed down and all these little places, to now being on these big tours and getting played on Octane with all these, like, you know, legendary bands, it's like crazy. Like, you know, it's like you will sit back and think like, wow, man, like we made it this far, and even if it like doesn't go any further, it's just crazy to think where we got to. Right. It's, you know what I mean?
Right.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, a lot of big bands, you know, this is another question I wanted to ask you. You know, you'll have bands like Guns N' Roses, Metallica, you know, bands that play stadiums. Every once in a while, they'll be like, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna go back to the place where we started, you know, that shitty little bar, and play a fucking banging show. You know, like Guns N' Roses will play the Whiskey. You know, the Whiskey is a small fucking place. And they'll go do a show there, or they'll go play a small club in New York or something like that. Do you miss it? Do you miss playing the small places? You know, because, you know, a lot of people are like, you know, playing these big places is cool, but there's such a divide, you know, between the front of the stage and the first people, like, pressed on the barricades, you know, 10 feet away. Do you miss being up close and personal with people that are coming out and seeing you? Do you miss the small shows?
No, because that's all I played my whole life. So this is a way cooler experience. Plus, there's like so many people that if I mess up, it don't even matter. There's just like, it's not like I'm staring at 10 people. You know what I mean? There's just a sea of people, and I like that better. I mean, you know, think about it. My whole life I played all the same places. You've played downriver, and then we used to tour with, before we were signed, with your old co-host, like booking agency, and we played all the small places around the country too. So this is exciting and new.
Okay, so you're just not at that point yet where it's like, oh, I miss
It's
playing.
new and exciting right now.
Yeah. So, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't kind of try to prod you, I guess, and try to get some fire out of you. You know, get some drama.
Go ahead.
Let
me ask you this first. Well, hold on.
Okay.
That new. Are you going to be upset when I bang your ex-wife, Nikki Rocks? Oh. I'm just.
She's being banged by a
rock
rock
star. I love.
Hey, if I get a shot at your girlfriend, have at it.
Oh yes, exactly. I love my girlfriend too much for that. I just figured I'd take a shot to a little fire.
Okay, so there's a couple things. We're going to take this back to Detroit drama, I guess.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna list two bands. I want you to give me your opinions and just kind of whatever comes off your head. L.C. Binks and their version of Separate Ways.
It's absolutely horrible. I mean, it's awful. It's funny. First of all, when we were promoting ours, their manager made a whole post about how they did it first. But what's funny about it is actually, if you see, first of all, Ed and I were playing it back in Pillar of Autumn days, and then we've been playing it since he joined the band in 2015. And they opened for us at a show, and we played it, and they didn't cover it then. So it's just funny that he took a shot at us when we were doing it, you know, forever. Also, all they did was take the version that Journey did and made it less intense. They dumbed it down. So how does that make it better?
Okay.
I will agree with you 100% on that.
I'm not going to chirp it on that one. I love Kevin Wesley Williams and everybody at the Sound Shop. Great people, Phil and Johnny and everybody there.
But, I mean, there was a reason that ours got, you know, way more views and plays in like an hour than theirs has had in a year since they had it up. And the other thing that's funny is we had already had the song and video recorded before they released theirs. The thing is the label wouldn't let us put it out. We had to fight. Like, I would be on label calls forever. We actually did it as a COVID cover. Like, we wanted to put it out during COVID times, and they wouldn't let us. They had all these reasons why. But by them keep delaying the album, actually, and we needed stuff to promote because they were promoting us and they were delaying the album, I was like, we got the Separate Ways cover. We actually did a cover of Separate Ways and War Pigs by Black Sabbath, which eventually will release the War Pigs cover too. But I was like, let's release the Separate Ways cover. And I would literally push every day for like a little over a year, till they released it. But I mean, you can't listen to their cover of it and be like, oh, this is better than the original, or this has more something. It literally has less intensity, less everything.
Okay, wow, I got the drama, and this one we've talked about. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
No, I mean, am I wrong? Come on, if you want the fire for me, you got to bring the fire. Am I wrong? Okay, this is what I'll say about the two different versions, the Eva Under Fire version and the L.C. Binks version. The Eva cover of it kind of took it and modernized it into a hard rock kind of like headbanger rather than kind of like the ultra synthy Journey version, you know, where it's like you're not doing a fucking mosh pit
at a Journey show when Separate Ways comes on. Eva Under Fire's version is like a more modern hard rock take on it. So, there's still the synth and all that in there, but it's more of a banger, kind of like a head banger rather than here we stand. How Journey does it. It's kind of like it's adult contemporary the way Journey does it. You guys turn it into a modern rock song. And I'll say, the LC Binks version kind of held more true to the way the music came across as the Journey version. It's kind of more synthy. There are the guitars in there, but they kind of tried to, I guess, hold more true to the original adult contemporary version of Separate Ways. So yeah, same song, but two totally different takes on them.
The other thing is one girl has the voice to sing it, the other one doesn't. And their version sounds like show tune vocals to me. It's like you hear in a theater, if it was like on Broadway or something. And then Amanda's is like a powerhouse rock, and it's hard to sing Journey. It's not an easy thing to do.
Wow. There it is. Another band, I have to bring it up, and Kaleido. Give me your views on that, because I don't think we've talked to you since they came off their huge tour with Sebastian Bach. It's been a while since we talked to you. Drama aside, we all know From the Way and that whole bit, and Chris decided to do that hip hop thing, and it's, I think at this point it's been kind of universally like laughed at, I guess. What if you take all that drama out of it, all the extracurricular stuff, all the whatever, Kaleido as a band, as an entity, as take the Spotify stuff out of it, take all that out of it. You go to see, you've seen Kaleido before. If you do nothing of the Spotify thing, From the Way, all that stuff, you go see Kaleido for the first time. What do you think of that band?
Well, I'll tell you in 1 second, but like, it's hard to take the Spotify stuff and those things out of it, because it just goes to what they are, which is fake. Like, they're buying, I wish Larry wasn't on the show when we did it, but you could bring it up and show him. Larry, apparently they're big in India, because if you look at Spotify, when you see artists you might listen to, every other band it applies, but theirs are all Indian music from India.
I'll show you right here, Larry. This is something that we did when Raz was on the show, and Chris made us do this, and I did it live on the show. I'll do it again. I have Spotify up right now on the computer, so I'm gonna type in Kaleido. Okay. All right. Kaleido.
But you need to show him other bands for comparison so he can see.
I'll do it. Okay, so we're gonna start with Kaleido. Okay. So going through here, 5,278 monthly listeners, Pretending, half a million streams. Okay, so we scroll down. Okay, new single, all this, and fans also like. Okay, so this is like, probably like their listeners, and other bands that they listen to.
Right.
Okay, so Daishi Dance. He kind of looks like Chris Slapnick a little bit.
A little bit.
Daishi Dance. Have you ever heard of this guy?
No, hell no.
Makai.
No.
Kentaro Takazawa.
Hell no.
Try pronouncing this one. Indivi Jazida Grande.
No, I haven't heard any of any
Free
of
tempo.
Bands,
Okay, so now we're gonna go look at Eva Under Fire. Okay. Eva Under Fire. Okay.
And how that typically works, let me explain this to you. You'll see, after us, you should go to like a Guns N' Roses or something.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be bands that are smaller than that band you're listening to. Does that make sense? But they're bands you should have heard of.
Exactly.
So like you'll see it when you go to a band like Guns N' Roses, there'll be bands that you would also listen to, but they won't be as big as Guns N' Roses.
Like LA Guns and like Skid Row or something like that. All right, so Eva Under Fire.
Right.
403,000 monthly listeners. Blow 3.5 million streams. Okay, we'll scroll down. Fans also like City of the Week. Okay, Stitched Up Heart, Scarlet Riot, Silver, Half-Lives. I haven't heard of too many of them. Okay, so I just opened it up more. As December falls, Diamante, Lacey Sturm, The Nearly Deads, Butcher Babies, New Year's Day, Conquer Divide. Okay, bands, not huge bands, but bands that we've heard of, and they're female fronted and rock metal bands.
Right.
But we're not a huge band. I mean, whatever you would say, but we're not. Those are just bands that are like a level or two below us, but you've heard of them. I mean, Lacey Strum was the singer of Flyleaf. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, you know who Diamante is. You know who New Year's Day and Stitched Up Hard and stuff is. You know what I mean?
All right, so you brought up big bands and you brought up Guns N' Roses. 22.5 million monthly listeners, 1.2 billion views of Sweet Child of Mine. So we're going to scroll down. Fans also like Aerosmith, Skid Row, Motley Crue, Velvet Revolver, Slash, Cinderella, Alice Cooper, Quiet Riot, AC/DC, Warrant, Van Halen, yada, yada, yada. Right. So, yeah. So I brought that up. So, Chris, with the Spotify thing, why are Kaleido's bands you might also like, why are they that?
Well, because it's obvious that's how I mean, there's other local bands around here. Like, I mean, I hate to throw Jason Kane on blast, but when he used to be in a band with Corey, our drummer, they used to buy, Facebook likes, apparently. I've heard a story from Corey a bunch of times because it would make them look bigger than they are, but then they went to play out of state and they would bring nobody, and the promoters would be pissed because they think they're booking some bigger band. But, and that's when you buy all those fake likes, it's from people over in India. That's what it is.
And as we look up Casting Shadows, there is nothing about bands you might like. So obviously nobody likes us at all.
But
they might not like us either.
Smoke and mirrors to make.
Let's look at Fallen Stronger. See how this one is. Okay, same thing with Fallen Stronger. So I don't feel so alone. Okay, right. No, if you like these bands, you will like nobody else.
But the reason I don't like them really is she started beef with me years ago. She thought she was being funny, and her guitar player wanted to make fun of me online. I mean, I'm good at busting balls, so it didn't really bother me. I was just trashing them, and then people are IMing me on the side, like, "Oh my God, this is hilarious."
So what's the beef? What's the beef? Because Casting did the show with Kaleido a couple weeks ago. And, I brought up to Joe Fava and Chris, the EVA Under Fire thing. And Joe's like, I don't know who the fuck Chris Slapnik is. I've never talked to this guy before. And he just has this venomous hate for everything Kaleido. What's the drama? Let's get it all out on out here.
It was, I can't remember exactly. This is so long ago. This is why I honestly don't even care anymore. It's more so funny than I'm not angry or upset. It's just funny. So it was her and one of their old guitar players, because I don't remember who it was. This is a long time ago, and I know they've been through 20 guitar players. So it was some guy he was like a pretty boy.
Ronnie Rosalino, probably. I'm guessing it was Ronnie Rosalino.
Probably,
yeah,
because it was because she was trying to make fun of me over something, and then I was making fun of her. Then she tagged her guitar player in, and I was making fun of his guitar skills. Then his girlfriend tried to come to his defense, and it just blew up into this whole thing. And I thought it was more so funny, but really, I don't care. I think they're a horrible band, and we've obviously beat them in the competition. So what do I really care? You know what I mean?
Would you ever do a show with Kaleido and Elsie Binks? If it was if you guys were home and you guys are headlining the theater at Diesel. Kaleido wants to headline the or whatever stage you want. Kaleido's going to be on the other stage playing right before EVA Under Fire. Elsie Binks right before Kaleido. Would you do it?
I probably not. I wouldn't want to. I'd rather play with friends. We're home. I would have Casting Shadows on the show. I would have Taylor Grange. People who that I actually like and want to be around, because it's a hometown show. It should be fun. You know what I mean? I would never.
I kind of want the drama though.
I get it, but what's the point? They've asked us, whatever his name is, that guy who scams everybody, Paulie Smashkov. He tried to get us to play a show at the Token with those same two bands. He offered us some horrible deal, and I was like, yeah, we don't play for that. We get a lot more money than that. And he basically called me a liar. So I'm like, okay, well, we don't have to play. You keep hitting me up. This is what we get. You don't want to give me that, then we're not going to play. But yeah, why would I want to have a show that's not fun? That wouldn't really be fun for me.
Right.
It'd be fun for me, and that it doesn't. At the end of the day, isn't that all that really matters? Ricky's having a blast.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I just, you know, would it really help us sell more tickets if they were on the show? I mean, if it was Kaleido, I bet it would, because people would want the drama.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
and I think I speak for every male in existence that they would pay big money to see an Ava Marie Christina Chris steel cage match.
Well, the funny thing is, Amanda's actually was born in Detroit and grew up in the hood. You know, she can tell you some messed up stories about her family. Like Christina she's like a rich girl from the suburbs. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
fake and being hood.
Right. All right, we'll get off the drama trip. I just had to kind of get the, you know, the radio, the numbers, the clickbait, I guess. You know, so Ava Under Fire. Okay, so you have Blow's the big single, and I guess you guys just released the acoustic version of Blow, which actually sounds really good. It kind of popped up on my Spotify on my way home today. What's the reason behind putting an acoustic cover of it out?
So, to be honest with you, and it's not just us, if you look at the bands on our label, even Nothing More, who we were talking to on this tour, label always wants acoustic versions of stuff. They just say, we want this, and we have to do it.
Okay, so was that just a thing where you guys stopped somewhere, pulled into a studio, ripped it out, and sent it?
Basically. You know, this was done before we left for this tour.
Okay.
We thought it was going to be on the same thing that when they put out Separate Ways, there was that EP thing.
Mm-hmm.
We thought it was going to be on there. It wasn't, so.
Okay. So
yeah, the label, they asked for that type of stuff, you know what I mean? And we got to do what we're told, you know.
Right. So, you know, let's play worst case scenario real quick. Worst case scenario. Blow does it kind of stays where it's at. It doesn't pick up any more traction. You know, this is the Blow's life cycle. This is it. They release single number 2. It does okay, but not as good as Blow. You know, like when Guns N' Roses released Sweet Child of Mine, their next single wasn't as big. So the next single after Blow doesn't do as well. What happens then?
I have no clue. I really don't.
Okay.
I mean, and hopefully they'd give us a third single. See, the thing is with the album we have, they claim there's a lot of singles on there, that it's a really deep album. And our manager, you know, they hear 4 or 5 singles. And our goal is to get to the point where they can release The Strong as a single. But that's not going to be till like single 3 or 4.
Right.
Because they're not going to go out with a ballad, you know. They're talking about releasing our song Comatose and then Coming for Blood as singles and then get to The Strong.
And I released Comatose here on the show before anybody else. So just going to throw that out there. Yeah. So we did something last week with Kate on the show. We just asked her random questions and to kind of get to know her a little bit better. I'm not going to go through all 20 of them. But I want your answer to these. Are you cool with that?
I'm down to do whatever. Obviously, I'll spit fire when you want. You can ask me anything.
Okay. What is the biggest lie you have ever told your significant other?
Oh, that would be my ex-wife, and that would be when I was like, okay, I guess we could try to work on our marriage.
Nice.
Okay. Another question. Have you ever cheated on a significant other?
I mean, technically, yes.
Okay. So I'm guessing you were split and you were with somebody else, but you were still technically married.
Correct.
Okay. What is the most amount of money you have spent at one time?
Oh, my God. I'm trying to think. Well, I'm going to be buying a house, hopefully after tour.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That's monthly payments. Okay. That's monthly payments that you gave them your debit card or something like that. House doesn't count. We didn't count houses.
Okay. Well, then, God, it would probably be $6,000 on a guitar.
Okay. That's about what mine was. Most embarrassing drunken moment.
Oh, man. This was back when we were in the band Pillar of Autumn. We played it somewhere in Ypsilanti, and I proceeded to get blackout drunk. And on the way home, I'll never forget this because Ed had pictures forever of it. We went to White Castle, which is one of my favorites, but I was so drunk I said I didn't want White Castle. I got out of the car in the drive-thru and puked everywhere. And he had it on picture and video. And then I got back in the car and ended up getting White Castle. But people were clapping and cheering for me puke like in other cars. You know what I mean? This is like White Castle drive-thru 1, 2 in the morning, you know, when it's wrapped around the building.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Another question. Would you rather lose all of your sex organs forever or gain 200 pounds?
I mean, I'm already fat as fuck, and my girlfriend's hot as fuck, so I'd rather just gain more weight. I couldn't imagine not being able to tap that.
Good answer. Good answer.
Okay, so what is the worst date you have ever been on?
I don't know. I don't think I can answer that one because I, you know, it's funny. Like, minus my girlfriend now and my wife, I would never really took girls out on dates. I was more of a just like try to bang them guy.
I think that's pretty much what Larry said last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Who are you jealous of? And when my answer last week was EVA Under Fire. Who are you jealous of, Chris Slapnik?
I'm going to have to go with people, and this is no one specific, but people who are born into families with money. People who never had to work for anything a day in their life, and their family just gives them trust funds of millions of dollars, and they don't know what it's like to struggle or have to, you know, work. I'm jealous. Anybody like that, anytime I hear, like, even I have friends or my girlfriend will tell me, you know, about people they know who, you know, their parents want something, their parents just give them $20,000 or $30,000. My parents, it's just unreal for me, unheard of. So when I hear stuff like that, I'm just jealous of that. I'm like, man, I wish I had it like that.
Okay. If you could only text one person for the rest of your life, but you can never talk to that person face to face again, who would that be?
RIKKI ROXX.
Oh. All right, this was a great talk. I'll be texting you later, bro.
Nice.
Wow, and he's actually going to stick with RIKKI ROXX. There it is. Okay, another one. And I know you're going to have a golden one for this one. If you wanted to pick someone up at the bar, what is your go-to pickup line?
Oh, man.
And I know you have to. I know you have to have something good.
But there's so many. I don't even.
Or is
know.
it now just like, hey,
like,
I'm in EVA Under Fire. Suck it.
Listen, I don't really think. I mean, there's so many good pickup lines. Like, those pants are very becoming on you. But if I was on you, I'd be coming too. You know? But I think we could circle back to something. My life goal is to be like Vince Neil of Motley Crue. We played a show with him, and you know, I don't know, man, he looked like he was 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm. And
Robert Sergat can verify this. He got the guy 2 large Supreme pizzas for himself for after the show. And meanwhile, Vince Neil had this hot young blonde with him. I'm like, this fat fuck is gonna smash 2 large Supreme pizzas, and this hot blonde is gonna lift up his belly and blow him. Like,
I can't see your
like
face, Vince. Your fucking belly's in the way.
But yeah, I mean, I was like, this guy's living the life. He ain't even singing on stage. All his vocals were on backing tape. I'm like, this guy just.
So it seems to me like you're more jealous of Vince Neil. Man, this guy gets 2 pizzas, and he gets to bang a hot blonde, and he's like 400 pounds.
I mean, he's living his best life for sure. I mean, you can't hate the guy. I'm not really jealous of him because you don't have unlimited money, but I mean, like, it's an amazing life, isn't it?
Right. It would be an amazing life. What's another one on here? If you had to choose between going naked or having your thoughts appear in bubbles above your head for everyone to read, which would you choose?
I mean, we'll just go with thoughts above my head because I really don't keep my mouth shut anyway.
That's a true story. And I think that all the other ones were kind of boring. What is your guilty pleasure? I said cuck porn.
Oh, man.
Pornhub.
I'm trying. Like, I mean, I don't really have any guilty pleasures. I don't care if people make fun of anything. I love Limp Bizkit. You know what I mean? And people are like, "Well, that's like the worst band ever," but I'm like, it's fun. I love it. You know what I mean?
Hey, bro, I like Five Finger Death Punch.
Right, exactly. I got to meet Ivan when we were in Vegas working on our album, and he was like a super nice guy, shockingly.
Wow.
Like even over the couple days I saw him, he like remembered my name like throughout the the trip, and I would randomly talk to him. Like on the last day, he stopped me, say it was nice meeting me and stuff like that. Like he was like a really sweet guy, which was shocking.
All right, so that's it with those questions. I did want to ask you this though, because we were texting, a couple weeks back. You're like, dude, I have stories for days about partying on the road with Asking Alexandria and Nothing More and ATREYU. What's this tour been like? Because the last couple you've been on, they had the COVID protocols where you're stuck in a closet and you couldn't go talk to people. The Buck Cherry tour, not so much partying. What's been the big, tell us some stories from this tour.
Well, the cool thing about this tour is all the bands are really cool. Everybody hangs out all the time. Like ATREYU, when we were in New Orleans, they arranged for us to go on a private ghost tour of the city, and you got to hear all these dark, fucked up things that happen in the city and stuff, and that was really cool. And then before Asking Alexandria left the tour, their singer Danny was such a cool guy. Like we hung out a few times, and he is like me. If you know me, like not PC at all. I'll say the worst shit, like the worst sense of humor, and like that was him too. It's like, everyone just, it seems like just cool to be around and down to earth. Does that make sense? Like no one's like bougie, I guess you would say.
So any big parties, are these guys throwing down on the road?
Well, yeah. So I miss a lot of the parties because I have to work, so I go to bed. But so they call it Roadie Friday, and that's what it is if there's a couple shows, then there's an off day. So it can be a couple times a week. There's a Roadie Friday. Everyone will be outside the buses, wherever at the venue, just drinking and hanging out. All the bands, all the crew, everybody.
So who's the guy in EVA Under Fire that partakes in all this? Is there like one guy? Because I know Rob doesn't have a job anymore, but I know he doesn't really party a lot. It's Rob. He's definitely he's on this tour. He's the one out there having fun, meeting everybody, drinking. He's had a lot of good times, on this tour. Oh shit! I thought it would be like Corey or something like that, because he's like Larry. He's got the guns and he's out for tail, And I thought for sure it would be Corey Newsom.
No, I mean really, to be honest, the biggest two partiers on this tour have been Rob and Amanda. Both they've been hanging out, having some drinks, and hanging out with everybody. You know what I mean? But Corey's just a house nut, so he's not really going to do that. And Ed and I work in the morning, because now we're in Colorado. I got to be up at 6 a.m. where we're at tomorrow. You know what I mean?
So does that
going to be 5 a.m. the next day?
Does that kind of kill you? That you're out on the road. There's all this road partying going. You guys are living the fucking dream. You guys are playing in front of thousands of people every night. There's partying going on, and then you got to be old man Chris. Well, have fun, guys. I need to go to bed. I need to sell insurance in the morning.
Well, I don't sell insurance, but
it
doesn't really bother me because. When you go back to who you're jealous of, I don't have it when my family's just giving me money. So I'm just used to working and hustling. So I have to go to bed, then I have to get up and work. And I do like my corporate job, and it pays me really well. So it's like, it's my alternative, not work, and I can stay up and party. But then when I go home, I'm going to be broke. I don't want to be broke. So it doesn't really bother me. It's just like part of the struggle, part of the hard work, you know what I mean, to get where we're at. Maybe one day I won't have to work on the road if we continue to grow, but, it's just, unfortunately, that's my situation, but I'm still blessed to be able to be out here and play to thousands of people a night. We have a song at the radio, you know what I mean? So it's just a trade-off.
Right.
So, I got probably two more questions. I guess a big misconception with a lot of bands at our level, Larry and I's, when you're going out and you're playing in front of thousands of people, you're on a big tour, I guess a misconception would be that you guys are making money, that you guys are making marginally more than the $100 that we'd be stoked to get, at any fucking show. Be like, wow, these guys have to be, doing really well for themselves, or at least making, good side hustle money. What's the financial situation with you guys?
So, yeah, we do make way more than $100 a show, but you got to think of it this way. We had to pay for this tour bus. That was a big expense. We had to... I heard the number $60,000.
That's
not what we had to pay, no. But it might be that for the whole tour. We're splitting the bus.
Okay.
We have a sound guy we pay. Some venues, a lot of venues, they tax your guarantee. So they take a portion of your guarantee. And then the other big ripoff on when you're a touring band is you have to do merch splits. So, like, you got to pay taxes, you got to do merch splits, and, like, it takes a big chunk of money. Now, we're not struggling. We make more than enough money to cover our expenses and make profits, and we save money, but we're not at the point where we're making, like, you know, everyone in the band can get $1,000 a night. You know what I mean? So,
okay,
it's how it is.
So even if, you know, even though you're playing in front of thousands of people, like 4 or 5 times a week, you know, you guys are making enough to keep it going.
Yeah, we don't pay for anything out of pocket. We still make profits. We still put money in the bank. And, like, you know, there's just a lot of expenses. And, you know, and it's not even that. You know, you got to think about this. We have an entertainment lawyer, a bunch of stuff we had to get done. So we have a lawyer we have to pay off. We have, you know, it's just expensive. But, like, we're not struggling. We're not paying out of pocket. We're not hurting. Everyone gets per diem every day for food and alcohol and whatever. It's just, you know, it's not enough that where I could not have a regular job. Have you seen my girlfriend?
Yes, I met her at Diesel. I still haven't met her at work yet. She works in the same place I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't have a girlfriend that good looking and be poor.
Right. I guess. I mean, I know a lot of poor dudes that have good looking girls. I don't know how the fuck they pull that off, but
I'm also bougie. Like, I have a truck. I like to be able to buy guns and guitars and go when I want to get a steak dinner. I want to get a steak dinner. You know, like, I don't know. I don't want to have to, like, worry about that stuff, you know.
Right. All right, so we got a couple more minutes left with you until you have to go out and play Big Rock Star and the onesie and all that stuff.
I haven't even changed yet.
Oh Lord. Well, I guess it's not too hard to take your clothes off and put a onesie on. For me, I'd be like, dude, I got an hour to do this makeup. It's gonna take me forever. You know, you just got to take your clothes off and put your pajamas on.
That's it. It's real comfortable, except for the only time it was awful was tour we played in Alabama. It was the one show that was outside. It was like 90-some degrees. I was like, this is horrible.
All right, so we did have a question from Bob Surgott in the chat. What is the furthest from Detroit you have seen an EVA Under Fire onesie?
International waters, Mexico.
Oh, Mexico. Wow.
Shiprocked.
Okay, on Shiprocked. Yeah. Okay. So are you seeing them, like, out on tour and all that? You know, like 1 or 2 people out there maybe rocking the onesie?
Yeah, and we've had people, unfortunately, we're sold out. We only got a couple left. We've had a lot of people at the merch booth who want to buy them. We just, you know, don't have any right now. We have a couple, but, you know, it was the first night of the tour, and I go to most nights I'll go work merch with Amanda because, of course, the merch booth will sell more. And it's like, it's the hustle, you know what I mean? So we're next to ATREYU every night, and the first night on tour, this chick wanted to buy my onesie. She's like, I'll give you $1,000 cash right now for yours. And she starts peeling off the cash, and I couldn't do it. And then I forgot about it. And then I guess the ATREYU merch guy told ATREYU about it. And, like, the next day and backstage, they're like, man, we heard about that girl trying to give you $1,000 for your onesie. Why didn't you do it? You know?
Shit, we had some guy at the bar give Jeff $300 for his Casting Shadow hoodie. Wow. And I'm like, Jeff, you better sell that motherfucker. Crazy. Take that dirty ass shit off and give it to the guy. $300, homie. I'll get you 5 more.
I'll tell you what, if it was like today, from, like, because it's the last week of the tour to the end, like for the next week, I'd be playing in boxers and a t-shirt. Let me get that $1,000. But it was like the first day of the tour. Because I can get another one for a few $100 because mine's custom. So I'm like, I'd take that $700 profit all day. It's just not day one of the tour.
Right. Steve Engel from Mississauga, Ontario. He wants to know when you're going to play the Buffalo area or Toronto.
We played Buffalo on this tour. We were already in that area this year. It was like a couple weeks ago.
Steve, you dropped the ball. You missed him. Brett sold his bandana from Sterling Fest for $800. Brett Michaels. Wow. Crazy.
Wow. Crazy. Yeah. Right. I mean, I think for the next tour, I'm going to get a couple more onesies that I wear. And then if someone offers me that, I'll just have it back and be like, oh, yeah, this is a one of a kind. I'm going to take the $1,000 and then, like, you know.
Right. That's the way to do it. All right. So you got to go play Rockstar. I guess what's coming up with you guys? You know, you got a couple more weeks, I believe, on this tour. The Blow is going one more week. Blow is going crazy on FM. on satellite, everything. There's going to be a second single coming out eventually, and the album hopefully dropping in the fall. Hopefully,
they were talking second single at the end of the year or first quarter of next year because they got to work Blow for 10 weeks, and I think we're like week 4 in or something. So there's like 6 more weeks or something. I don't know.
Do you know what the next single is going to be for sure, or is that still up in the air?
I don't know for sure. I know our manager is pushing for Comatose.
Okay, so something that's already been out there on and all that.
Yeah, but out there on Spotify, not to radio, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like new to them.
Okay, so this new album, how many songs are on this album that nobody has heard yet?
That's why I said put the album out. I think there's like 3 or 4 left that no one's ever heard.
Okay. So there's 3 or 4.
They've released so many songs as singles. It's like, because the album's been done. You think about it, we finished the album and turned it in 100% done before COVID. Not like we've been going back and like, oh, this ain't good enough or whatever. No, the album's been done and turned in since like 2019 or something.
Wow. Damn, so 3 years, that's long. I'd be pissing on people and be like, put the fucking record out, assholes. Shit, okay.
Dude, you want to know what's funny? I pointed out to the label is Five Finger Death Punch just released an album, but the album before that they released, we were in the studio in Vegas when they were working on that album at the same time. So think about it. They finished the album, released it, toured, did all the promotion for it, then wrote and recorded another album that they've now released.
Wow. That's crazy.
But but the good thing for us though, honestly though, is if they would have released the album when they were planning on it right before COVID hit, we would have been screwed. Because you couldn't tour, just there would have been no way to really do anything, you know?
Yeah. Right. Okay, so Bob Surgott also says, see you June 24th at Slaughter, Stephen Piercy, and Taylor. So that's going to be super cool. You get to play as Slaughter and Stephen Piercy.
Yeah, that's what basically, it's like what you were saying earlier, though. The promoter who does that, we do all kinds of stuff for her, and she was one of the first people that ever believed in our band and gave us a shot to play like something really big when we had really done nothing. So there's loyalty to her.
All right, well, pump the brakes, homie. I did give you an opening spot for Burn Halo once.
See, right. She said, but my point is, like, and we still hang out and talk to you. So we'll always support her. And then check this out. During COVID, when everybody was scared, she opened up a bar type thing outside on the water in Wyandotte, would pay us well, give us food and alcohol, plus allow us to show for tips once a week, all through COVID outside and from the spring through the fall. Because, you know, nothing was going on, and those were amazing times. I mean, we got super drunk and we made a bunch of money that we split up. Like, you know, and so we'll always be, you know, when she asks us to do something, of course, we're going to do it, you know.
Very cool. So anything else you want to throw out there before we let you go and you get to go play Rockstar and I get to sit down here with Larry in my basement?
No, I mean, listen, you act like that's such a bad thing. I mean, I already booked my ticket next Sunday after our show. Me and Ed are going right to the airport, getting on a plane and flying home. I'm actually excited to come home.
Oh, wow.
Get a little break.
Okay, so super cool.
I got a little throw out there though. I did buy my tickets for Louder Than Life, so I will be seeing you down there in Louisville on the 24th of September. So
that's awesome, man. Make sure you come say hi. And I don't know when we're playing that day. We were originally going to be one of the first bands, but thanks to the radio and stuff, they flexed us to a better spot.
Nice.
I don't know what that means exactly. It could be 2 bands later, but whatever. We're, you know.
No, I'll definitely try to get in touch with you guys down there for sure. Say hi and hang on a little bit.
That's awesome. Yeah, those festivals are great because you get to see, like, you know, a bunch of great bands and even meet some cool people. Like, we didn't play Welcome to Rockville, but Nothing More did, and we're on the bus, so we got to go there and hang out for the day. I got to meet the guy who plays guitar in Stain, Mike Mushak, who I love, just at catering. And then, like, right behind me, I didn't talk to him, was Gavin Roseville of Bush. And then next to him was Jerry Cantrell, who I actually did say something to.
Wow, those festivals are a trip, you know. And I this is gonna be my highlight of my life when Casting did Blue Ridge last year, you know. So I'm hanging out back, you know, behind the stages and all that. And Jacoby Shaddix from Papa Roach is going to his private bathroom, and I'm walking back down from catering. He's like, "Hey man, good set." And then he went and peed, and I'm like, oh my God, you know, Jacoby Shaddix said good set, man. And Kevin Raslog had no idea who the fuck he was. And it's like, who the fuck's Jacoby Shaddix? And I'm like, God, funny. Raz, you're a dick. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, but it's funny because that's another band that's been around since like 99. And they have like 7 or 8, maybe more million monthly listeners on Spotify. And they keep releasing hit songs. I was shocked you didn't know who he was because that's like, at this point, they're like a legendary band. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, you know, and that, you know, in catering and all that, because we got catering, and I'm like, oh shit, free food too? God damn. You know, so I'm up there, and it's like, oh God, it was a jelly roll was in there, and God, fucking everybody getting their hair cut and all this shit, and eating steak and pasta and shit like that. Grant's 100 degrees, so who wants fettuccine Alfredo outside when it's 100 degrees?
Right.
But you know, it's super cool, and I'm totally jealous of you guys because you get to do rock star things.
When we were at
representing the D, baby.
I did such a downriver move. In catering they have all that food and drinks and stuff. I filled my pockets with like 6 sugar-free Red Bulls before we left. I'm like, fuck this, I'm taking these because they're free, and I'm like, you know, I drink these and they're expensive. I might as well just load up on them before I walk out of here.
Right on.
Oh, I did the same thing. I got one of those to-go things. I'm like, I'm taking all these fucking rolls because it's a long drive back to the house, you know. So I'm like throwing anything that's not going to go fucking bad in a to-go thing. I'm like, I'll eat this on the road. All right. So, Chris.
I was gonna say, Gamma Rods, they don't care about $5 for a sugar-free Red Bull, but I do. I'm gonna put like $40 in a Red Bull I'm saving.
All right, Chris, we're gonna let you go. Go play Rockstar. Have a great set, and let me know when you come back into town. We gotta hang out, homie.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take it easy, bro.
Take it easy.
All right, that was Chris Slapnik from EVA Under Fire. And, you know, and this show is completely backwards. You know, everybody's starting to tune in now. We had to do the interview in the first hour because time zones. Chris is in Denver right now, getting ready to play the Fillmore Auditorium with ATREYU and Nothing More. So he's like, I know we said second hour, but time zone difference, you know, I'm going to be getting ready to go on stage. So he's got to go change, put the onesie on, and play fucking Rockstar. So that's why we're talking to him in the first hour. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a music video from EVA Under Fire. I'm not playing Blow because you can hear that on the radio. And just because. So, God, I don't know if I even want to play this one now because that's a big thing, but I don't have the other one. I was going to play Talk is Cheap, but I'm going to play Separate Ways just because we were talking about Separate Ways and which one was better. If you missed that drama, oh God, that was so much gold, you know, drama gold, because we were talking, for those who missed it, we talked about who did it better, Separate Ways, EVA Under Fire or LC Banks. Oh man. There was fire. There was fire on that one. So after the show is over, make sure you go back to that and listen to it. Chris was very opinionated on the LC Banks version of Separate Ways, and as much as I like drama, I plotted the line. You know, I didn't piss anybody off. You know, Larry agreed with Chris.
Well, you know, I mean, I love Kevin. We've bumped heads a million times.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's fond of me anymore. I mean, I know he cut us off at Rock for Tots in 2019, so kind of pissed me off. But I mean, the sound shop's great. I'd give him that. I'm not gonna down on him on that. He's a great recording artist. So what we're gonna do when we get back, you know, I was thinking whether or not to do this because it's my solo shit, but I can actually do what I want. Had a guitar solo recorded at the sound shop with Phil Stewart. He engineered it, and I'm gonna put out there to the world and anybody who cares who did the guitar solo, and I will play said guitar solo live on the air. So I'm going to do that when we come back. So right now, EVA Under Fire, Separate Ways. Thank you to Chris Slapnik. Episode number 140 of The Rikki ROXX Show right here on Rocks100.com.
Here we stay.
right. There it is. EVA Under Fire, Separate Ways. Thank you to Chris Slapnik for the awesome talk. And Larry was saying, you hadn't heard the LC Binks version yet. So we are going to play that at some point as well. So you guys out there, the listeners, can compare and contrast for yourself which one you prefer. So I did rip it from YouTube, so I have it. Later on in the show, we'll play it so Larry can hear it, you all can hear it, and make your own decisions on which version of Separate Ways you like better. Bob Surgot in the chat, he said he actually likes Ava's version better than the Journey version, so not really disrespecting anyone else. Okay, that's super cool. I think Bob came in after the Separate Ways thing, and I know Bob's opinion of LC Binks, so we'll play the LC Binks version later. We do have, God, I don't even know if I want to do a lot of these segments anymore. Because we still have our Pump It or Dump Band of the Week and Beer of the Week and all that. We don't really have to do them if we don't want to. Because it's all, everything's all backwards, and now it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna be drinking beer at the end of the show. We can do it in a little bit if we want. But we did our Nuts and Bolts and Harsh Truths at the top of the show, and which was super cool. We talked to Chris Slapnik. What do we usually do after Nuts and Bolts? Oh, we talk about what's been going on. What's been going on with you, Larry? The last week or so.
It's been a busy week, bro.
You actually had a busy week. You actually had shit going on.
Run security at the Diesel on Thursday for this Babytron bullshit rat crap, man. Oh my God, what a joke. I mean, it was a good turnout, 460 pre-sales, lots of blunts, lots of Molly, lots of people passing out, cops, throwing people out, and a lot of blunts being smoked on stage. Let's just say that.
Oh, Lordy.
And that was just Thursday, Friday, you had Trickster at the Diesel for Mike Scott's birthday.
Yeah, how was that?
There wasn't a lot of people. Trickster's Trickster. If you've seen him once, you've seen him a million times, They're good. They're old, but they're good.
They're old.
It was good. And then we had the Battle of the Bands on Saturday.
That you guys ended up not playing. Good job on that one.
We ended up not playing. Our drummer had to work. He's got, a new daddy. He's got to take care of his business. So we pulled out of that show, even though I had to pay for it. Wasn't impressed. I support, I went there and...
It was a Paul Cobb show. Chris mentioned Paul Cobb during the interview.
It was Paul Cobb show. So I went there to represent, the band, even though we weren't playing. I watched all the band sound check. I can honestly say I was not impressed at all.
Yeah.
Not with any of them. I mean...
With the bands.
With the bands. I mean, Venom of Virtue probably was my favorite band, and I would hope that maybe they pulled on a win on that show. A lot of the other ones were, you had a guy doing some covers, and I'm like, this is Battle of the Bands. What the fuck are you doing covers for? You know? So, I mean, needless to say, there was not a lot of people there. So I don't know if these bands sold their tickets or just paid out of their pocket.
Right.
There was nobody there.
Right.
I mean, really. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I wish we could have played it because I look at the competition and.
But none of those bands got paid anything.
No.
So it didn't even matter. Even if you would have won.
I don't even know who won, honestly.
Well, even if you wouldn't have gotten that $5,000.
No.
Or the $500.
No. I mean, I don't see how they're doing that.
It'd be like Chris would say, it'd be like winning a DMA. It means absolutely nothing.
Well, here's my thing. You got 9 bands. Okay. Yeah. Each band had to sell $300 in tickets, so you got $2,700. Okay, so
you're missing another $2,300.
Where the fuck is $5,000 coming from?
Yeah. See, this is what I told you.
This is another thing,
this, bro.
I could have understood it if there was another level to it, and then they go, oh, you got to sell another $300 to play the second fucking
right. Kind of like a tournament kind of deal.
Well, then I could have seen where the $5,000 would have went.
Yeah.
But, they're offering, a $5,000 EPK or EP, and they're offering you a 3-state mini tour and some other shit, radio play and whatever.
Yeah. Which means they'll get you on Motor City Riffs.
I still haven't got on Motor City Riffs.
Really?
I don't know what the deal is with that. I mean, Keith, when he was with us, said he submitted. And now I know, there's a couple songs we have 3 minutes later. There's no swear words on that song.
Yeah.
RPM. You know, it's short and simple, but
yeah.
Other than ass, cash, or grass, I mean, so obviously we haven't been submitted. I'm guessing because we would have been played already. But
Screaming Scott, play some Falling Stronger. Fuck,
Falling Stronger, baby, come on.
So what else been going on? Pretty much you've been running security all weekend and going to a shitty battle of the bands.
Yeah. Other than that, I went and fucking shot 18 holes today. You know, relaxed. Went out there, smoked me a couple doobies, and I actually shot a pretty good 89 for first time. With a broken wrist. So I did good. I had a good day. I mean, it was a good week, honestly.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine wasn't so good. All right, so mine. Okay, so I posted the status update, and I wanted to go into this. So with everything happening around the house, I've been trying to make a concerted effort to get out of the house and stay far away from this train wreck that I call a marriage. Mm-hmm. And so I went out with some buddies of mine on Thursday. Because I wasn't going to go to work Friday because it's my daughter's last day of school and we take her out to lunch and shit like that for her last day. So Thursday, I'm like, okay, well, I can go out. I don't have to work tomorrow. So I went up to a place in Mount Clemens, which is, I guess you could say, halfway between northern Metro Detroit and the rest of the world. It's like a healthy meat. It's like right in the middle before you get to like Ferndale and Detroit and shit like that. So I go to hang out at this bar called Wilson's, a little fucking dive bar and shit. And just hanging out, having some drinks, talking to, friends, people that are there, just hanging out, throwing money in the jukebox, tons of Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses, pissing everybody off. And so I'm talking to a buddy of mine in one of the rooms. And then out of the smoking patio, I hear, Ricky, help, Ricky, where are you? Ricky, help. And I'm like, it's a female. And I'm like, oh shit, hold on, bro, I gotta go take care of some shit. So I go out there and there's a girl that, I kind of know her, I see her around, but not a big thing. And there's this little fucking wannabe rapper looking dude.
Anorexic Eminem.
Yeah. I'm 5'11". This guy had to have been maybe 5'6", maybe. Not, I wouldn't even go 5'7", 5'5", 5'6", maybe $110. Small little squirrely dude. Mm-hmm. And he's got the hoodie with, like the hat like this with the hoodie over the top, like kind of like lurk around like he's like big shit. And, you can see my nails, okay? It's my Skittle fingers, okay, that I painted for Pride Fest. And I'm like, yo, dude, you got to back the fuck up. Because this girl is one of those that likes space. She doesn't like people touching her. And I don't know a lot of girls that like being touched like that unless you're paying for it. Right. So I'm like, yo, bro, you got to back up. He's like, don't mind the swear words here or the horrible language. But he's like, what the fuck are you going to do, faggot? I'm like, whoa. Like, excuse me, homie. I'm just telling you, got to back the fuck up. This girl's uncomfortable. He's like, this don't involve you, fag. And I'm like, well, why the fuck are you calling me a faggot? He's like, you paint your nails like a fucking faggot? And I'm like, oh no. So, I was telling you before the show that, I'm usually, when I'm pissed, I get to a 7. But once I get 8, 9, and 10, that's when old Ricky comes out and I'm starting to throw fists and shit. I have my big rings on. I'm like, all right, motherfucker, you got me at about an 8 right now. Call me a faggot again and punch me right in the face. And he's like, man, fuck you up. I'm like, I'm right here, motherfucker. I'm right here. And he's like, man, I will fuck you. He's just chirping, just fucking talking. I'm like, I'm right here, homie. If you can jump up this high and throw a fist at me, have at it, son. And, I'm going. I'm just railing this, right. Just screaming at this guy. Fucking hit me. I'm right here. Nobody's breaking us up. You have a clear shot. I'll put, my hands are behind me. I'm like, hit me. I dare you, kind of that shit. He's like, yo, bro, I will fuck you up so bad. You're going to hit the ground. I'm like, come on, dude. And then he gets close. And when you get in my face, that's when it kind of escalates another couple points.
That's when I headbutt him in the nose.
And I'm like, he's down here, so I got to kind of squat down. I'm like, all right, fucker, hit me. And at that point, Marie used to work at Diesel, was there. She saw the fists start, doing the flexing thing. And I'm like, all right, here it goes. She could see the blood going to my head and my face turning red in the rage. And I'm just like, all right, fucker, it's about to fucking go. And I had my fist back like this, and I was just waiting for him to chirp one more fucking time. And Marie saw it, and she's like, okay, Ricky, this is over. And she took me aside, and we're like, we're going to get him thrown out of there and all that shit. So I'm like, the guy starts chirping more when people are trying to get him out. It's one of those things. It's like, you do security, so it's like when there's people in between, all of a sudden you're a big macho man and you can talk a mean game. They're starting to pull him out, and now he starts jumping. He's like, I will fuck you up, faggot, get me, faggot. And I'm like, I'm right here. I've been here for like the last 10 minutes asking you to fucking hit me, and you're just sitting there fucking chirping. And Ricky was on 10. I was in rare form, and I'm like, I have my rings on. This little guy is going to be eating some dirt. And I didn't want to, get in trouble or make a scene at Wilson's or anything like that. So I didn't want to hit the guy, but if I had to, I would have, because, it's one of those things for me, like guys touching on women. Like, I don't even care if I know who that girl is.
I'm the same way, man.
I don't care who it is. If somebody is invading a woman's space like that and pushing themselves, I'm like, that's rapey, bro. Right. I go from a 0 to a 7 right away. I'm already there. Yeah. And this girl, she was drunk as shit, but that doesn't fucking matter. He's all up on her like he fucking owns that shit. I'm like, do you know who this guy is? No, I've seen him here a couple times, but I don't know his name. I have no clue who he is. I've seen him before. And I'm like, all right, bro, you got to go. He's like, fuck you, faggot, fuck you. And your faggot nails. And I'm like, I might wear more makeup than your mom, grandma, and aunts put together, but don't mean I can't kick your ass. Right. I'm like, I grew up in fucking Detroit, homie. Brightmoor, what? You're from fucking Mount Clemens. I know, there's juggalo shit.
Straight out the trailer.
Yeah, I'm like, you're from fucking Mount Clemens, son. And this guy's probably 25 years old. I'm like, bro. Yeah. So did that on Thursday. That was fun. And then what did I do Friday? Oh, Friday I was pretty much with the kid. It was her last day of 3rd grade, so we took her out to eat and got her ice cream and all that crap, and hung out with her, me and the whatever you want to call her, hanging out. And then yesterday, God, it was interesting. So I went to a fucking house party. 38-year-old Ricky ROXX going to a fucking house party. Okay, so it wasn't like a big thing. It was out in Redford. It was Joe Blake, the lead guitar player in Fatal Conceit. He was doing a thing because they had a show get canceled at the New Dodge. Yeah. That's a whole drama. You see the drama with that shit?
No.
Oh, you know Sherry Claire? We've had her.
Whoa. Yeah. I did see Siri. I did see her post about somebody blasting her.
Yeah, saying all this racist stuff because they were trying to get rid of hip hop shows and all that. Yeah. And so they canceled a lot of them. They canceled a lot of rock shows too because they're changing ownership and shit like that over there. Okay. So anyway, the Fatal Conceit show got I think it just got moved. It's like in July or August or something now because they were doing like a farewell going away thing for the old owners that day. So they moved the show. So they decided that they were going to do a live stream, at Joe's basement and shit like that, Fatal Conceit, and they were going to do like a jam thing after. So the drummer from Stage Drive was there and I was there, and pretty much as far as musicians, that was pretty much it. So I'm hanging out. I have like an 18-pack of Two Hearted Ale. God, I had such a horrible headache this morning. So, I jammed with Tim from Fatal Conceit, the singer, and I think his name's Brandon Knickerbocker from Stage Drive. I think that's his name. I know his last name is Knickerbocker. I don't know if it's Brad or Brandon. I can't remember. Right. Looked good on paper. The singer from Fatal Conceit, he can fucking shred. I was going to get him in the new band after I left casting. Right. Me on bass and a phenomenal drummer, 3-piece thing, Look good on paper, fucking train wreck. Thank God I don't think anybody got that on video. It was horrible. Like, we were trying to go through these covers, but they play them in different tunings than me and all this shit, so it sounded fucking horrible. Fatal Conceit, they did really well. The YouTube stream they did kind of sucked balls. The sound was awful. But there's video and all that up there. So I did that. We kind of like that thing kind of ended about midnight-ish. And Tim and Kate were like, hey, if let's go, me and Brandon, I think his name was, hey, you guys just want to come back to our place? We can have some drinks and play some board games or something like that.
All right.
So we did this, middle-aged. Let's play board games. Okay, why not? So we're doing this for a couple hours. Brandon leaves. I think he left. I don't know. Kate goes to bed. Maybe he went with her. Maybe I don't know. At some point, they both disappear.
All right.
Okay. So I'm there with Tim, and we were sitting there fucking talking until fucking 5:30 in the morning. Okay. Just and everything under the sun, like crazy conversations, shit. So I'm in Redford, which is about an hour away from here.
Right.
About, my phone was going off, but I had it setting somewhere. The wife, she's calling me. Where the fuck are you at? I have to go to work. And I'm like, my plan was to pass out there and then go home in the morning. Cause I'm like, I just went through an 18 pack of like 8% beer. I'm pretty fucked up. And she's like, I got to go to work in the morning. I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be fun. So here's Ricky about 5:30 in the morning driving. I'm like, windows down, like air conditioning blowing. I'm like, I got to get home. And I'm like, this is a fucking hour away. So I'm going down. I'm pretty much going through all of Metro Detroit to get home. I get home. I crash for about an hour. Then I have to wake up and watch my son. And then I have to go pick my daughter up at my mom's, then come back here, get the show ready and do this. And so that's where we are now. Ugh. I'm getting too old for this, dude. I can't do this 5:30 in the morning shit, so it was cool and all that, had Moscow mules at, Kate and Tim made me Moscow mules. Cause I'm like, you have White Claw. I ain't drinking White Claw. I'm like, pull out that vodka.
All right.
Horrible idea, but it was cool. Good time. And, some people at that house party that I kind of wish weren't there, kind of shitty dudes. But it was a thing. It was fun, but right. Thank God it wasn't on video. Hopefully nobody took any video of it. What's going on in the chat? Shit. Psycho Care Bear LMAO. This is funny. I kind of remember it happen like this. Talk. Mount Clemens street fights, house parties. Who are you? Says Bob Surgat. Psycho. I don't know who Psycho Care Bear is yet. I drink White Claw. Well, congratulations. Here's the nails for you. Pride Month, so it was fun. Super cool. Let's do the band of the week. Let's fucking do it. Try to get some sort of semblance of normalcy here. Everything's fucking ass backwards, so I'm totally thrown off. Oh no, I wanted to do this. So I was talking before the break about the solo thing,
right?
And I put it up a comment. Who's the guitar player behind me and all this, shredding guitars and shit like that. Only one person got it right. It was Donnie Carnes from Fallen Stronger. He's like, Noah Polston. And I think it was like either Bob Surga or somebody like, no, I ain't gonna fucking slum for Rikki ROXX or something like that. Yes, it was Noah Polston from Cyodyne. He did the guitar solo for the first solo outing that I'm gonna do. And since you guys are here and I love my fans, I'm gonna play the guitar solo. And I want you guys to tell me what you think. Is this a Rikki ROXX-ish guitar solo? All right, so I'm going to play it. I have it all queued up here, and I'll do a little bit of a lead-in just in case the audio don't work. All right, here we go. Let me know what you think. So there's that. Let me know what you think. Is that a good guitar solo to put on a rock thing?
Honestly, I think it flows well with what you got going on there.
When he recorded that, I was like, oh shit, I got so much fucking skill on this song. I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna fuck the whole thing up because I gotta sing and shit on this. I'm gonna fuck the entire thing up. Bob Sturgott, love the outro of the solo, and hell yeah, no. Yeah, it was like when he was recording it, because we were doing it at the sound shop right here, Phil Stewart from LC Banks, he did the engineering and all that for it, and originally I wanted to have Jason Kane do it, but Jason's like, yo dude, I don't think I'm the guy for this song. I think Noah would be a much better fit, guitar solo wise. Jason's a guy
for sure.
And he's like, dude, I think Noah would be a much better fit for this. And I've known Jason for a lot of years. That's why I wanted to get him on it. And maybe later on down the line, Kane will do something. But I think Jason was completely right. I think Noah's much better for this track. You know,
totally different. I'm not going to say style, but like you said, Jason's really, really busy. He didn't need nothing that busy.
Yeah,
this was perfect.
I told people, I'm like, Jason Kane's like Yngwie Malmsteen, very fast. Noah's more like Eddie Van Halen.
Right.
He's got some swagger in how he plays, and he can do the dive bombs and play fast, but there's, you know what I mean? It's not just,
right.
There's a lot more soul kind of thing, I guess, in it. So I thought it was amazing, and I'm like, shit, I gotta step my fucking game up. I gotta learn to fucking sing real fucking quick. So might have a guest vocalist on it. I gotta talk to him this week, see how that fucking goes. But the next plan, or the next thing is I gotta send that to get properly mixed again with the guitar solo in it, and then get the final back, and then get all the tracks, take it. I'm gonna do it at the sound shop again. Because Phil was awesome, and everybody there has been really supportive of this project of mine. And I got to work on fucking lyrics and figure out what the fuck I'm going to do. And then after it's all done, music video time, I got to figure out what I want to do for a music video, and then I'm going to schlep it all out, see what the fuck happens. If it fucking goes, then maybe I'll put a band together. If it doesn't, well, I did it, so super cool.
So you have no lyrics at all yet?
I have melodies. Yeah. This is as far as I can get with lyrics. I'll have like a line, that I think sounds cool. I don't know how it'll fit anywhere or anything like that. Cause lyrics every time I've sing was like punk shit. So there's no melodic lines or stuff like that. It's all da 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 da, kind of stuff. And it's like just words. You can take a poem and do punk rock to it. Ba 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 ba. There's no kind of shit.
Right.
So that's the kind of stuff that I got to figure out how to do melodies, because I have a deeper voice, but I can go up here or even up here. I can do it. It's finding out what the hell I want to do. Can you write poetry? Yes, I can actually. When I was a kid, I was a published poet for a little bit. Yeah,
I actually did a little myself.
Yeah,
I actually got a little on my side.
Yeah, I'm actually like in a poetry book somewhere. I don't know where the fuck it is. I have it somewhere, but when I was like 20, I think I submitted to this poetry book and they published it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I can write it, but I can write poetry. So, okay, we're going to get to the Pump It or Dump Band of the Week. This is a band called Celestial Wizard, and make sure I got it. Maybe I don't have it. Well, I guess, okay, so I got a quick thing. I didn't rip it yet. I knew I forgot something. So, I guess while I'm doing that, we'll do this. We'll put LC Banks on here, because we did EVA Under Fire Separate Ways and played that. So now, and we were talking about the LC Banks version.
Right.
And so we're going to do the LC Banks version of Separate Ways, so you guys can let me know what you think, compare and contrast. Let me know what you think in the chat and all that. And then we'll come back. We'll do the Band of the Week. We're not going to do Beer of the Week this week because fuck it, it's too late in the show to be drinking. So here it is. LC Banks, Separate Ways. Let me know what you guys think. The guys in Taylor Road. Hello, guys. Enjoyed meeting you yesterday, Larry.
Yeah. I actually got to talk to the singer. I don't honestly remember his name because, there was a bunch of bands that, I don't remember most of their names, but everybody, I associated with Taylor Road. They went on first on the theater, and they were actually pretty damn good. I mean, they were high energy. They were really good, actually. I've seen them on YouTube a few times. They're a Kentucky band.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty impressed with them. They opened the show. They sounded good.
Yeah, we've had them on the show. I talked to Steve Lynch, the lead guitar player, when I had Taylor Road on the show.
Right.
So you're probably talking to Cam, I'm assuming, the lead singer, rhythm guitar guy.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, Cam. And I actually talked to their their manager? I don't remember his name, older guy, but yeah, because he mentioned the show with you, and he didn't know I was a co-host because obviously I wasn't a co-host at that time.
Yeah, that was back when Kev was in the band.
But no, they're really cool guys. Honestly.
Yeah, super cool band.
Yeah.
So here it is, LC Binks, Separate Ways. We played Eve Under Fire's version. So here it is. Then I got to go find this music video for our Pump It or Down Band of the Week. So we'll be right back. Episode number 140 of the Ricky Rock Show right here on Rocks100.com. All right, so there that is Elsie Binks' version of Separate Ways. So, Larry, we heard EVA Under Fire. We heard their version of it. And we heard another Detroit band, Elsie Binks, and their version of Separate Ways. I never thought I'd be playing this much Journey on my show. What are your thoughts?
Okay, I'll start off by saying I'm a huge Journey fan. I got married to Open Arms. It was my wedding song. So
a lot of people did. Yeah, sure.
So what I think is with the Eva, I think they kind of made it their own a little bit heavier. It grabs you. It grabbed me. The Elsie Binks, they went more for the original Journey. Tried to pretty much make it pretty close to Journey. It doesn't grab me though. It doesn't have the oomph. It doesn't have the power. She's a great singer, and the music is great behind her. I'm not dissing anything about it. I just think that the EVA Under Fire, it grabs you. It's got that guitar that's a little bit heavier. To where this, to me, it didn't grab me. It was kind of, on the lines of the original song from Journey, just a little bit more, I would say, less intense.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying when I was talking to Chris. I'm like, EVA Under Fire kind of made it a modern rock song.
Yeah.
Modern rock metal song that you can go to, you can headbang to, you can get down with it. Elsie stayed more true to the original Journey version of it with the 80s synthy keyboards and all that. So going to the chat, Psycho Care Bear and Bob Surgott had some stuff to say about it. Bob Surgott, I really like Johnny's crunchy guitar sound. There's just more life to Ava's version. Psycho Care Bear, her style is a little like Unleash the Archers. She needs to bring the heat with that voice. Gotta dig down deep. Bob Surgott says he agrees. Very talented singer, but add more edge to meet what the guitar is doing. Psycho Care Bear, I want to hear this girl get higher with the voice. It's like she's afraid. Give it, girl. So yeah, there she did a little bit more of what you want at the end. Do what they did with the outro of the song. That should have been a grand ending. Love you, Johnny. There it is. And Psycho Care Bear says monotone ? That's not to throw shade on Erin, because she is a phenomenal singer, but there's certain point, like even in the Elsie Binks catalog, where you kind of wish she'd right. push it a little bit more. But the band is killer, a phenomenal singer. With Separate Ways, like I said, I think Elsie Binks kind of held more true to the Journey version, right? Where EVA Under Fire just kind of made it a modern rock sound,
right?
So better or worse, I guess it's up to interpretation at that point. If you like the old school version, then if you're a Journey fan, like that's your jam, that's your favorite band, you're gonna probably like the Elsie Binks version better. Right. If you're a hard rock metal guy or girl or whatever, you're gonna probably like the EVA version a little bit better. So it just kind of depends on where your musical taste is and all that.
Oh, they're both great. Yeah. You can't knock either one of them, really. I mean, like Chris said, he thought it was terrible. I don't think it's terrible. I just think that if she would have put a little bit more oomph into it, it would have like pulled you in just a little bit better.
Right. No shade. She can do it. I can't. Mad props. She probably rocks it live though. Yeah, she does. Okay, so we're gonna get into our Pump It or Dump Band of the Week. So this is a band. Okay, so how I was talking that, what was it, yesterday I did that house party thing. So Fatal Conceit's guitar player, Joe Blake, phenomenal guitar player. And Fatal Conceit, they do this song that's like Legends of Zelda kind of thing, like the guitar-y shit, So this band that I'm going to play now kind of reminds me a lot of that, when I was listening to them and their description and all that. This is a band called Celestial Wizard out of Denver, Colorado. If you're a fan of Amon Amarth, Arch Enemy, Firewind, and Metallica, you might dig this. They have a new single out called Ice Realm. They're going to be coming out with a new album in July, but their last album was called A Sinister Awakening, released in 2018. You can find these guys all over Spotify. Facebook.com/Celestial Wizard Official or celestialwizard.bandcamp.com. Info on these guys. Modern and melodic, this album will be a breath of fresh air for Celestial Wizard's existing fans, as it is a massive leap forward in production quality and musicianship, being their most cohesive collaborative work to date. New fans will be enticed by catchy, nerdy choruses overlaying the melodic death metal riffs. Their fire and passion are evident in both the single and the album, making it hard to sit still for this one. Celestial Wizard will be enjoyed by nerds of all kind, and especially fans of Dark Tranquility, Firewind, and Amon Amarth. So we're going to listen to their new single, Ice Realm. Last week we had Dead Velvet. I thought these guys were good, but they only got 3 votes.
Yeah, I thought they were.
Their song.
I wasn't here last. Yeah, I was here.
Yeah, you were here
week.
last week.
Yeah, I thought they were all right.
Yeah, they were good, and their song "Lonely Wreck" only got 3 votes. I don't know what the hell's happening with these Pump or Dump bands of the week. I mean, the last probably about a month or so, nobody has been fucking giving 2 shits. So maybe I'm doing a horrible job at picking bands. Maybe that's my thing. Maybe I'm too old now. So we're gonna play the video for Ice Realm from Celestial Wizard. If you dug it, head on over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/ROXX100, ROXX and the number 100. Find the Pump It or Dump It Band of the Week post. Give it a thumbs up if you dig it. Give it the mad face if you didn't dig it. So here it is, Celestial Wizard and their song Ice Realm. Right here, episode number 140 of the Ricky Rock Show, ROX100.com.
Your soul. Be wise and steal yourself, and you will be
Well, there it is. There is Celestial Wizard and their song Ice Realm. Larry, what'd you think of that one?
It was all right.
It was all right.
You know, honestly, like for some reason, I got like a flashback of the singer. To me, sounded like Wes Nagy from Dissect a little bit, man.
A little bit, yeah. I get that, yeah.
You know, I mean, it was all right.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah,
it was good.
Okay. All right. So head into the chat. Psycho Bear gave it the big eyes and bunch of heart emojis and the horns. Bob Surgat said it's cool, but having a hard time with the name. Like if I was 13 and create a Final Fantasy or DC Universe online character, I might go with Celestial Wizard as a character name. Not sure if it works for a band name.
I would agree with that.
Psycho Care Bear said, no lie, I added it to my playlist and there's a salivating emoji there. The breakdown is dope and so pretty. Bob Surgatin says it's slightly weird as the change-ups are all over the place, but I think it works.
Yeah.
I don't mind surprises though. And Psycho Care Bear, it's like thrash old style.
Yeah, I would say I'd say so.
All right, so if you guys dug it, head on over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Rox100. Give it a thumbs up if you dug it. Give it a mad face if you didn't. Some housekeeping here. Yeah, we did not do Beer of the Week this week. I figured it was pretty stupid to start drinking in the last hour because I'd just be sitting down here all night fucking drinking and watching YouTube, and it's not fun. So we're going to do it next week. Thank you to Chris Slapnick from EVA Under Fire for the talk. Wish it would have been on Zoom, but we got a phone call. That works, too. Playing tonight in Denver with ATREYU and Nothing More. We talked about recording at the Sound Shop, played the guitar solo from Noah Polston, who is going to be on the upcoming Rikki ROXX solo release. Okay. And we had our Pump It or Dump Band of Week, Celestial Wizard, out of Denver, Colorado. Oh, Celestial Wizards from the same place Ava's playing today.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. I did not even put that together. Next week on the show, we're going to be talking to James Ryder from the band Ryder out of Brooklyn, New York. They got some new stuff going on, so we're going to catch up with them. We've had him on the show one or two times, but it's been about a year since we talked to him, so catch up with him. After that, I have absolutely no idea who we're going to have on the show. Maybe I'll hit Jeff Land up because he's who I usually hit up when I have nobody else to talk to. Or I can talk to Katie again. She's like, I'll come back on if I don't have anything else to do. I like talking. I'll talk anytime you want. Okay. So
hey, you know who would be a great guest?
Who?
My guitar player Donnie. I'm not gonna lie, man. We should have him on one of these times because he's a funny motherfucker, boy, and he's a knowledgeable guy, and he's a riot, man.
Oh, so maybe let me know when he wants to do it. We'll talk to Donnie Carnes. We'll talk some Fallen Stronger or some shit.
Sleepy Gomez.
We'll do it. He doesn't drink anymore, so he's getting all ripped and shit now.
No, he's
going to Larry Smith School of Rip.
That's right, man. I can't be the only one in the band.
You guys are going to be like, what is it, Manowar?
There you go.
Just a bunch of beefcakes and like leather and shit.
I don't know about the leather.
I think one day he'll do the leather.
I'm a jean tank top guy, man.
Bob Surgat said, get Caitlin Muller. Her CD party is June 24th. Yes, it is. And that's going to be an awkward show for me to go to. There's going to be so much drama. I love drama. So that show, if I can remember the bands correctly, it's at the Token Lounge, June 24th. I'm going to be out there. Crappy Conviction CD release party. Kind of sucks it's at the Token, but whatever. George Anita's playing.
Ooh.
Featuring ex-Casting Shadows drummer Kevin Raslog.
All right.
And ex-co-host of my radio show, Kevin Raslog. And Oscar Goldman Overdrive is on that as well. And so is the band Wisher.
I would love to see that. I haven't seen, what's this, Kayla, right? Or,
no, that's Kaylee Damon.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I get the two mixed up between Derange.
There's a big difference between Kaylee Damon and Kayla Derange.
I do know this.
Yeah, a big difference. And so I'm going to be going out there for that one. Yeah, I probably should hit up Caitlin and talk about her CD release and shit like that. So, so that's what I got. So, got anything else to throw out there, Larry?
No, not much, man. I mean, my band's not doing shit right now. I got a graduation party and then a benefit at the Rusty Nail on the 26th for my buddy Zach, who lost his son to that fire. Other than that, nah, I haven't got much, man.
Well, there it is. What was going on here? Doing Ava Slaughter, then hopping to George and Crafted. Wait, you're doing Ava and Slaughter? Wow. And then okay, so I got what's going on. So Bob Surgat, I'll see you at the Token that day. This weekend, shit, I don't think I have anything going on this weekend. Let me hop on my book face real quick, because it's very weird that I don't have something going on. Yeah, no, I got fucking nothing. Wow. Yeah, I got nothing fucking going. Or no, I do have some. Wednesday, Casting Shadows is going to be in Angola, Indiana, opening for Hinder No Resolve.
How do we forget that?
Oh, Lord. Well, I was thinking like this weekend, I'm like, I don't have any shows this weekend. No, I have a show on fucking Wednesday. Yeah, Angola, Indiana. So if you're in Indiana or know anybody in Indiana, have them come out and say hi and all that. Casting Shadows. I think it's only 3 bands on that one. I think it's just Casting No Resolve and Hinder. And so it's going to be, I think it's pretty close to sold out, so it's going to be a good time. And God, I feel like a dick that I forgot.
Check your boy, Jeff.
Oh, Lord. So, yeah, Tuesday, Casting Shadows is probably finishing their video. There it is. So Tuesday, maybe that Trust video will finally be done. And that song's been out for 4 years.
It's a great song.
That album needs to be done with. No more of that shit. All right, so we're going to play some Ryder to get the hell out of here. Talk to you guys next week on the show. James Ryder from the band Ryder. We're going to play them right now and get the hell out of here. So we'll talk to you next week. This has been episode number 140 of The Rikki ROXX Show, right here on YouTube Live and Rox100.com.
Ricky Rocks, Ricky Rocks. It's Ricky Rocks, coming out of the box. Bitches come in flocks, trying to steal his jocks. We need to be contained with padded rocks. It's the Ricky Rock Show, spreading like the pox. Ricky Rocks, Ricky Rocks. Ricky Rocks, Ricky Rocks, yeah. Ricky Rocks, Ricky Rocks. Ricky Rocks, Ricky Rocks, yeah. Ricky Rocks up in your grill, motherfucker.
Hey, this is Ricky Rocks, and you are listening to Rocks100.com.